What is up, SVSers? We are here in a very noisy place right in front of the Electronics Expo. One of the finest AV retailers in North America, where we're going to do our Speakers and Subwoofers Unleashed, the Night of Sonic Thrills event tonight. I'm standing next to a giant horse. They also have lions and alligators.
Check
and
out
the
that
Statue of Liberty
Nutcracker too.
And you got some trivia for us today too here, don't you, Larry?
Yeah,
There's a couple of
we are in Wayne, New Jersey. If any of you are, Gen X like myself, you might remember the band Fountains of Wayne. And you know what? There's a Fountain of Wayne right there. So, and Stacy's mom is here, and she's got it going on.
Well, we're gonna head in the store. We've got 3 kick-ass systems set up. We got a bunch of people waiting. They got a killer food spread. And so we want to take you on a little tour of the Electronics Expo here and show you everything they have going on.
They even have Lady Liberty out here too.
But they have all sorts of these plaster decorations. And if you've been to the North Jersey area, you know these are very popular as you go through the yard. So this is our 2-channel wireless experience zone where we're showing off both flavors of Prime Wireless Pro. We have our Prime Wireless Pro sound base here, streaming integrated amplifier, powering a pair of our Ultra bookshelf speakers. And we also have a little 3000 micro there stashed in the corner for a little extra low frequency effects. And then, of course, we have our SVS Prime Wireless Pro powered bookshelf speakers.
Somebody's going to win tonight on the broadcast.
That is right. In this broadcast, as well as in person here at the event. So if you take me around, you'll see they have all sorts of crazy furnishings here for outdoor listening as well.
It's a really beautiful speakers. They've done an amazing job putting this place together.
There was a recent renovation where they completely just changed the whole look and feel of it. So we'll take a little look inside some of the other rooms.
There's about 150 people here, so it might get a little crowded on screen. And I am not very good at the camera. So
can't see you on live stream, so it's okay.
Just pretend you're looking at this amazing
This is like the ultimate home theater experience with the projector and the beautiful screen here.
Kaleidescape.
If you're building a dedicated
this is a really cool, so we've got Ken from Kaleidescape hanging with us tonight too. And this is actually a drop-down shade, because what they like to show is you can put a theater in any room. And I don't know how to work this switch system, but it's pretty sweet.
Ken, can you give us the 30-second to 1-minute overview about what Kaleidescape is and why our fans should be excited about it?
Absolutely. We're the ultimate movie platform. We make everything in your system sound better or look better. So can't wait to see what we do with your speakers tonight. Looking forward to it.
Check them out. What's the URL for your website?
It's Kaleidescape.com.
There you go. Easy to remember.
Escape,
not scope.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
So they have these little vignettes that they have with signs here named after Hollywood Boulevard.
Famous roads.
Here we have Sunset Road, where they have a pretty cool music collection on display. And how's our audio video? Let us know if we're falling out here, because I know we had some technical difficulties last time. So keep us in check if you're not hearing it well.
If you are a collector, you're not going to like the way these are hung, but it looks super cool.
And there's another one of those little plastic creatures there.
Crocodiles and alligators and elephants and zebras.
But this would be essentially their high-end 2-channel room for listening as well. So we'll cruise over here to Carnegie Hall, and if you want me to take the mic there, I'll let you walk through the system that you're going to be manning today, Larry.
We'll take you into, we showed you the 2-channel experience, now we'll take you into the 5.1 room. So this is, we're going to Carnegie Street. We're going to go to Carnegie Hall. So let me try not to trip over this, and I'll take you in here and show you what we're going to do with the 5.1 tonight. Hi, Ken. So that's our Ken. Some of you guys might know Ken. In here, this is their speaker switching room, and they've got some amazing brands in here, including us, along with some other brands that I'm sure you all are familiar with. And in here tonight, we are going to do a 5.1 system. And it's a little different than what we normally do. So we've got our Prime bookshelf towers up front, Prime Center here, an SB1000 Pro down there in the corner. And then for surrounds tonight, we are actually going to do the Prime elevations, which are mounted up on the wall back behind you there. And so we are going to show off this system in here too. And this will be where I hang out after we do the big main demo, which we'll go out and introduce you to here in a second.
A couple other little treats we should highlight in here. This was one of the first stores in the country to have our 3000 in-wall subwoofer on display for demo. They actually have this really incredible switching system that lets you switch between like 19 zones.
Yeah, so you can go through all these different speakers and subwoofers and
then
find the best one for your needs.
PV3000, PV2000 Pro, and then our PV16 Ultra here to test as well. We got a whole bunch of bookshelf speakers as well as towers that you can put on display. And here, if you ever go to a hi-fi store, please don't push into drivers. I mean, come on, you got to know better than that. So
don't be
we had
that guy.
Some looky-loos here who got a little touchy with the speakers.
Now, before we go out there where it's loud, should we talk about the giveaways and stuff that are happening on the broadcast?
Yes, I totally forgot that. And one more to point out, this is another one of our secret treats here, the PC 4000 cylinder subwoofer. Look at that behemoth next to the Ultra Tower. Those things put out some output. So we might have to have some fun with those.
Yeah,
too.
I'll hook that up. So let's trade because I think you know the giveaways.
I
I already know who the first winner is.
That's right. So we have 4 giveaways as we always do. And what we're going to be doing today, I don't know what the first one is. It should be the Prime Wireless
It is Prime Wireless Pro pair.
Prime Wireless Pro powered bookshelf speakers. And in no specific order, we're also doing an SB1000 Pro subwoofer, a pair of Prime bookshelf speakers, and an SB2000 Pro subwoofer with the SoundPath subwoofer cable. So that will be our final giveaway of the evening.
Should we do one now since it's 6:25?
I think you got the winner. Let's name it.
So let's go ahead and give away our first prize of the night. It is a pair of Prime Wireless Pro powered bookshelves, and that is going to Dave for PSU. So I don't know if that's PlayStation U or Penn State or I don't know what. It could be lots of stuff, but Dave for PSU. And if you can, reach out to our customer service team because I know contacting some of you guys on YouTube can be a little difficult.
Dave for PSU. Congrats, man. So we also have this big system out here where you can see people are congregating around. But before we get to that, because I know we're going to be walking through that during the presentation, let's look at this incredible spread. And I got to find
this store is awesome. You can see everybody getting their grub on, and some of the giveaways. We'll show you that here in a minute too.
I got to ask.
We nearly had a pillar just get knocked.
Pillar. We almost had a
awesome.
Samson moment with the pillar being pushed
Oh
over.
wow, empanadas! Look at that.
Incredible
Look at this
spread they
spread.
have here of cuisine, and I got to find out where it's from so I can give a shout out to the.
Oh man, I got kebabs and stuff. You and I are missing out,
It's
bro.
incredible.
Got some chicken, some lamb.
Where's the food from?
Yeah.
What's the name of it? We want to just give a shout out on our live stream.
Nick is trying to find out where the food is from. You see, they've got a full
Okay,
bar.
if you have a
set up over
card
here,
or something.
too. So we got a great night. Oh. And as you guys can see over here, as more people come in, this place is starting to get pretty packed. We're probably nearly 200 people here tonight. We're going to figure out where the food is from.
Right.
We'll do that in a second. And back here, we have the giveaways tonight. So you can see some of our inventory over here. These guys brought in extra inventory. Say hi, Gary. How are you? So we'll come back to Gary in a minute.
Didn't mean to interrupt. We just got the live stream going on.
So you see, they brought in extra inventory for tonight as well, along with I really suck at the camera. I'm sorry, guys and gals. Then we have our full slate of giveaways tonight. So somebody here tonight in the store is going to win a full 7-channel surround sound system with a receiver. We're giving away a pair of Prime Wireless Pro speakers, 3000 micro subwoofer, and that 70-inch TV that's hiding behind this gentleman right here.
I'm going to take it back. I think we could probably walk through the big system then.
Yeah, and then maybe collect everybody and get started.
Probably getting close.
All
Game
right.
time for the presentation.
All right. So, all right. So I think they're finding out who the restaurant is. But over here, this is where we're going to kick off on right in just a few minutes. And this is one of the larger systems we've done. We are doing a 5.2.2 Dolby Atmos system. And what that means, we're doing 5 surround speakers, 2 subwoofers. There's the food joint, Nick, along with 2 prime elevation height effect speakers. So if you're in New Jersey, check this place out. If you happen to be in the Wayne area, get yourself some great Armenian food.
It's phenomenal. I've been noshing.
Yeah, we've been kind of snacking.
Yeah, I know.
So, but here we have a pair of our prime Pinnacle towers, an ultra center channel, 2 PB16 ultras, a pair of prime elevations, and 2 prime towers for the surround. So we're going to collect everybody here in just a second and really get things going, because I know everybody's kind of getting antsy. We've run out of parking here at the venue, so we're giving everybody a little bit more time to get here because they have to
take you
park
into Wall
across the
Street too. They got another vignette here, which is sort of
Hey,
an
you do
office
that.
thing.
I'm going to start pushing everybody this way.
I'm going to hear you.
All right.
So this is
We're going to
their
collect
office
right
setup.
here in just a few minutes and kick
Looks
things
like
off.
an office, but you can
So-
see that they have a little
You have to
sort of
collect
projector
everybody.
here.
Right here? Yeah, we're ready.
Total vibe.
We are about to kick off right out here in just a minute in the main venue. And if you haven't had a chance, food and drink up front too.
And, it's really cool. I mean, they have these separate vignettes set up to kind of give
We
you
are
every
about to get
possible
kicked off,
experience,
everybody. We're going to start
that
right
you
up here at the
expect
front of the
from,
store,
you know,
in front of that
audio
big
video
system. We're
stores
giving everybody a little bit more
house.
time to get here.
And,
So
they
we
do
will
full
kick off
service,
right
so,
up here
you
in
know,
the
you
middle.
wanna have
Everybody's just going to
wires going
collect
to the
right
wall,
there.
that's possible.
We're going to get loud.
You want to have a system built just sort of out in the open, they can do that. They got in-wall services.
If you guys are ready,
home
we're going to
automation.
kick off
I mean, it's
over here
pretty
in
much
just a few
full
minutes,
service
right
tech
in front of this big
integration.
main
So,
system here.
a very cool store to hang out in and sort of get the best of what you could possibly expect from your AV
Yeah,
setup.
there we go.
And I think I got one more vignette to kind of show
And then
off
the
here.
alcohol to help you make better purchasing decisions, right? Exactly. So
this is
you all are
another-
welcome to come a little bit closer too. We'll get kicked off here in just a second. Nick is finishing our tour, and then I'm going to grab Gary, and then we'll get things rolling.
See more speakers on display with the short throw
guys, you want to get
here.
everybody,
It's a great Sphinx. Yeah, sorry. Larry is talking with me, so we're probably competing right now.
Everybody 6'2" or taller, come closer.
Acoustic treatments, which make this room just sort of sound dead, but once you crank up the systems, it really comes to life. All right, I think we're getting ready to start our presentation here. So,
All right, let's see if I got a.
drop to.
I do have another giveaway if you are ready for another
Let's do
giveaway.
it. Let me do that.
So we are giving away an SB1000 Pro subwoofer to an Ernie Lou. So congratulations, Ernie. Our customer service team will be reaching out to you very soon.
Ernie, congratulations. Got yourself a new sub. A great looking Jersey crowd out here. They beat the traffic.
Yeah.
It is brutal.
All right, so good evening, everybody. If I can have your attention real quick up
This is
here.
Amro.
I know
Amro's
there's a lot of
one of the
distractions,
primary
real
stores.
cool displays, a lot of nice food, and all kinds of nice stuff going on. But first and foremost, on behalf of Electronics Expo and all my amazing staff and people that work in Electronics Expo, I really want to welcome you to our Wayne location. If any of you are here for the very first time, please find me sometime throughout the night. I want to introduce myself, get to know you on a first name basis, give you my business card. And if there's anything we can ever do for you in the future, it's our pleasure to do that. Tonight, we're very, very happy to be hosting this event with some very important partners of ours. Obviously, SVS is...
And friends.
Yes.
Long-time friends. He and I used to have hair, you know. That's how long it's been. That's how long it's been. But we have Gary Yakubian and the amazing guys from SVS here today. And they're going to be doing some amazing demos. We were actually here setting up this stuff yesterday, and it was kind of hysterical. If you want to talk about earth-shaking sound, you're going to experience it. And just a quick joke. This is not actually a joke. This actually happened. So when we first fired all this up yesterday, it was like rumbling down the middle of the showroom, and all of a sudden, what wound up happening is I heard something crumble. And I didn't know what it was, but 2 minutes afterwards, we wound up looking in there, and there's a sign that's in a glass frame that has a glass pin that's holding it into the wall. That's been there for 2+ years since we opened the building. It literally came off the wall and crashed into the ground. And that's from the sound
It was awesome.
of this system. So we were like, wow, man, that was cool. You know, so for us, we're sick in the head. We think that's cool when things break and smash. But, you know, it's going to be some really cool and exciting displays and demos and stuff like that. Also, I want to introduce a few people. Michelle and Peter, if you want to come up real quick.
Hi, everyone.
These are our partners from Marantz and Denon. So we're fortunate also to have them host with us today. The equipment.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
So the equipment that's powering all of this is Marantz and Denon. So they make it all happen.
We're using
And
Cinema
as they said, we're going to be giving away an amazing Denon receiver at the end. So make sure you stay to the end of the event. And where is Brian? Oh, there's Brian. Come up, Brian. Brian is here today, and he's representing us, representing Samsung for us. And he's going to be doing some conversations about the new 77-inch OLED or the new amazing sound bar. And you also should stay at the end because he's going to be pulling the ticket for the raffle for a 70-inch 4K smart TV. So you definitely want to stick around and stay with that. So thank you, Brian. And I keep knocking into this thing. I'm sorry. Where's Ken? Is Ken around?
He's
There he is back there with his hands up. Ken is here from Kaleidescape. So he's going to be parked down in the theater, which is Hollywood Boulevard, if you haven't already been in there. So make sure you go and say hi to Ken and let him show you about all the amazing stuff. That Kaleidescape is what we're actually playing on this whole side of the building. So if you think the pictures look cool, that's the guy to go talk to about it. Okay. So in the meantime, have fun. You know, eat. We have some really cool, amazing food over there. If you haven't tried it already, we've got plenty of drinks. Feel free to have as much liquor as you can, so that way we can charge your credit card to the moon and back. After
But
that's
also
done.
have a driver. Okay.
All right, we can set you up with an Uber at the end. There's no problem. And
Well, Nick and Ken are driving home tonight.
There
so
you
maybe
go.
they will.
So with that, I want to introduce to you the president of SVS, Mr. Gary Yakubian, and he will take it over from here, and he'll start the show off tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow, I'm so happy to be here. Back in New Jersey, first event we've done in this area since before you know what. I really want to thank Amra, Leon, who's not here, Rich, and the team from Electronics Expo. This is a really amazing retailer. Back in the day when I started at SVS, and this is my 12-year anniversary, SVS was a little garage company, and we were just figuring out what we could do, how we could, take it to a different level. We were only selling direct. I don't know if people know that. And Leon called me up, the principal of the store, and said, "Why don't we try working a retail thing?" And I'm like, "Sure, let's see what we can do." So Electronics Expo was one of our very first retail partners, and they're still here today as one of our favorite partners and friends. So I really want to acknowledge the professionalism. What an awesome company. I'm so happy to be back at Electronics Expo. And I also want to thank the people from Denon Marantz, although they do sell some things we compete with, so I'm not happy. Totally kidding. Folks from Denon and Marantz are here, from Samsung, Kaleidescape. We don't talk about them because they're not giving up anything for the giveaway. but because Samsung is here and Denon and Marantz are here, this is the absolute biggest giveaway we've ever done. It's a full-on SVS home theater with subwoofer, with high-effect speakers, which we'll talk about what those are in case you don't know. But it also includes a Marantz receiver to power it.
Denon receiver. Denon receiver.
Denon receiver to power it, and an amazing Samsung.
Well, the TV is going to be separate.
Is it separate?
Yes.
Well, I know the receiver.
Yeah, so the speakers and receiver will go together. The TV is going to go
Nobody tells me
to somebody else.
It's the most we've ever given away at an event, so that's really cool. I'm really happy to be here. What is tonight about? Tonight is a celebration of great sound. And rather than me talk about it too much, or we will talk about it, maybe let's come closer. We're all friends now, right? Come closer. And if you haven't met the person next to you, I would suggest turn to your side like they do in certain places of worship and say hello to your neighbor, because we're going to be close together and we want you guys to enjoy the demo. So Larry is going to kick this. Oh, I should introduce my colleagues. Ken Kaleidescape is here somewhere. There he is waving his hands. Everybody knows Ken. He is our Senior Director of U.S. Sales. Our VP of Marketing, Nick Brown, is here. And my partner in crime, our Director of, what is your title?
Oh, I like the director title.
Director of
So,
Training.
yeah, there we go.
Director of Training.
Currently national training manager, but I just got a promotion in front of all of you. So,
But it doesn't come with a raise. does it?
So,
We'll talk.
Yeah.
So really happy to be here. We're going to stop talking and kind of give you a sense of why we're here with a demo. Larry, you ready to roll?
Yeah, let's kick this
Talk
off.
about what we heard on the other side of the demo.
You all ready to get loud? All right, let's do this. And then we'll tell you about the system in just a minute.
The film you are about to see has no characters.
I'm standing directly behind the subwoofer right now, and my ears are shaking. Talk about the flow of things.
This demo is called Cymatics. It's available on YouTube and Vimeo. Look for Nigel Stanford. No.
Everything owes its existence solely completely to sound.
What do we think of that, huh?
This is a big store, a lot bigger than your living room. And Larry did a good job. I mean, if that demo was good, did you like it? Oh yeah. Then Larry did a great job. But it's also a statement about the possibilities of a great home theater. If it can energize this room and basically, well, we'll talk about what home theaters are supposed to do. Basically, do its job in an environment like this, when you're surrounded by a bunch of strangers. Given that we've all met.
Next giveaway.
So we're going to give away a pair of Prime bookshelf speakers. This is going to go to Stu Hodges. So Stu Hodges, get ready for someone from customer service to reach out to you.
We'll do this formal presentation. I'm going to explain, along with my colleagues, Larry and Nick, we're going to explain about home theater, great sound, how to get there, not really related to any specific brand, but just to understand it better, 2-channel and music as well. And we'll break up around a half hour from now, and we have 2 separate experience zones. One over there with a kind of a less over-the-top home theater in the Carnegie Hall room, and then our modern take on Audiophile 2-channel, our Prime Wireless Pro system, we'll be demoing all the way to the rear of the store, so you can kind of get a sense about what we view as the future of 2-channel audio. Then we're going to regroup at about 10 of 8 to do the drawings. There's a complete SVS-based home theater system with Denon receiver, that beautiful Samsung TV, and some other surprises.
Yeah, a pair of Prime Wireless Pro powered speakers, which you'll get to hear tonight, and a 3000 micro sub, our most compact subwoofer. So that's happening tonight at the end of the night, along with some smaller stuff too.
YouTube and Facebook.
And the virtual people, hello to the SVS community. You guys have your own prizes. When Nick starts talking, I know that he's giving stuff away. So that's for those folks. Sometimes as many as 10,000 people are watching from all over the world as we do these demos. This has been so much fun. So great to be in the same physical space with you guys. One agreement. Let's all agree. If we pull a ticket and the person isn't here, they left, they don't get to win. Do we agree? All right. All right. We'll do that around 10 of 8. In the meantime, let's talk about home theater. I'm going to define home theater from more of a spiritual 30,000-foot place. And then, Larry, you want to walk through what the different parts of a home theater are so people can understand? It's really easy to get from where, if you don't have a home theater, from where you are to a home theater, but sometimes it's a little daunting to understand the different technologies. Larry will talk about that. And I want to talk about it from a place of what it really means. A home theater, first of all, does it need to be a dedicated room? No. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a living room, a family room, a den. I have one in my workout room, but of course I do this for a living. It's a place where you can go in your home after you have worked really hard all day doing whatever it is you do. Go into that place and you can surrender yourself to the experience. Literally, we call it surrender your disbelief. And imagine that what's going on screen, what you're hearing in front of you, behind you, and Larry's going to explain even above you, is really happening. And you can surrender yourself to it and enjoy the experience as the artist or the director, the producer intended. That's what a home theater does. It doesn't have to do it at the level that we're doing here, but at some level, it should do that, and it's a joyful thing. Larry, you want to walk through how we got there?
Yeah.
With the parts of the home theater?
So
and I might pop in with a little editorial.
Yeah. So what you listen to here is what's called a 5.2.2 Dolby Atmos home theater. And what that means is, if anybody's been around home theater for a while, you know what 5.1 is. That is speakers that are surrounding you and then typically a subwoofer.
Tell them
So
what they are.
that's what we've got here is 5.2.2. So we have the main 5 speakers on my left and right. In the front up here are the left and right channels. And that is where most of the stereo image comes from, a lot of the content you're watching on screen, the panning sounds that move from left to right. And if you listen to a lot of music, you're all familiar with stereo. Then here in the middle, this is the center channel. It's the most important speaker in your system. And yes, we're known for our subs, but we make a lot of awesome speakers too. And the most important one is the center channel, because that's where the dialogue is coming from. 90% of the information happening on the screen comes from that center channel speaker. So how many of you have been somewhere you're having to constantly turn it up and turn it down because of what's happening on the screen? A lot of that can be made up with a phenomenal center channel speaker. Then behind you,
last week in Florida, how many times have you been watching TV with someone that you love and you had to look over at them or they looked over at you and ask, what did that person just say? The center channel's job is to eliminate that issue.
and then behind you, way back behind the Madison Avenue,
Sorry,
and
we can't see those.
between that and Wall Street, and then over by the Carnegie Hall door, we have a pair of towers that we're using for our surround speakers. So that's the main 5. And the surround channels are where information from, I don't know, like jets flying by you, explosions, some of the content we're going to play here in a minute, you'll get that. And that's what gives you more of the immersive effect. So that's the conventional 5 speakers. And you can put them on the floor behind you, up high. There's really no perfect way to do it because every room is different. Then we have what we...
So just to kind of do a very brief recap. The 3 speakers in the front are creating a specific experience. They're creating what we call a sound stage. Basically, everything you're seeing on screen, or if it's 2-channel, everything you're hearing, has a specific point in space between the speakers, sometimes outside the speakers, behind or in front of the speakers, but always in front of you. That's the specific soundstage experience that you're hearing. Behind you and to the side of you, the speakers Larry's talking about are creating a sense of place, being somewhere. It allows you to feel transported to wherever the artist is or the people or the characters in the movie. But that's all taking place on the same horizontal plane. Larry, what are you going to add to that?
Well, I'm going to go the subs first, and then I'm going to go what's above you. So we got the 5 surrounding you. How many of you felt the bass from that first demo? Okay, when you go to a concert or a movie, you get hit in the chest with the bass if you're going to a great experience or have that at home. So what you felt in the what we call the point 2 was 2 of our largest subwoofers. On our left and right, kind of tucked away over there in a nook is the other one, are our PB16 Ultra. It's the largest subwoofer we make. And those are ported subwoofers that we're using to take on this massive space and even put bass into this room. And that's where you get that guttural experience, the impact like you're there. And for some of you, it's the most fun aspect of it because I can't tell you how cool it was to knock that stuff off the wall yesterday. I take a lot of pride in it.
Well, let's say it this way. If you're just watching TV, Samsung guys, we need you not to be around. We need you to close your ears. If you're just watching TV, how much emotional content is there in that experience? No matter how great, even if it's a great TV, how much emotional content is there really in that experience? I'm going to make the case that 3/4 of the emotional impact of watching even a great TV like that beautiful Samsung TV, 3/4 of the emotional impact comes from what? From
sound.
the sound. From the sound. We work together. No, that's good. Hey, that's a gateway drug. We like sound. Ours are good. And then I'm going to say half of the emotional content that comes from the sound comes from
The subs.
the bass.
So, yeah.
Because it's sound not only you can hear, but actually, and you definitely should have, in that demo that you just heard, you can also feel.
Yeah.
And that creates that connection between you and the experience.
And then the last part of what you heard are these speakers that are up above you on these beautiful wall stands that we created out of 1x6s. Those are what we call our prime elevation, and that is to introduce object-based surround sound, or what's known as Dolby Atmos or DTS:X. So up the street, you have a theater, an AMC theater. It has AMC Prime. That introduces speakers up above you as well. It's a newer technology in the home to give you that element of audio coming from above you, behind you, around you, and to complete that 360-degree bubble. And so there's a lot of new content, whether it's streaming or disc, any gamers, there's a ton of Atmos content that will do that. And what it does is it gives you the sense of audio coming from all around you. And whether you're in a storm or explosions or monsters or King Kong or something chasing you down, you're going to get that experience from now the front to the back and above you. And it's really awesome. And we're going to do a demo here in a minute that really showcases that too.
People ask me quite often, okay, if I have 5 surround sound speakers
Skipping the show.
and I wanted to make the next step of upgrading, what should I do? Should I get more surround sound speakers? And I'm like, definitely the next step, the next level of condensing home theater experience is from these height effect speakers Larry's talking about. Because it takes it from a really interesting 360-degree experience, but limited to the same horizontal plane. All of a sudden, it turns it into what Larry's talking about, which is completely three-dimensional. And that's when you really start to believe when you're in the room with the action.
And those are super easy to install on a wall or ceiling, but the folks at Electronics Expo are professionals at this, so they can run speaker wire through the walls, give you the cleanest setup you could possibly want. That's why they're here.
Totally agree. So we're going to move into. What are you whispering to me? Nick's whispering at me. I've done something.
Oh, you need a giveaway? So we have our. You keep talking. So
Got one more virtual giveaway.
we have our final giveaway of the night. This is the SB2000 Pro subwoofer with a SoundPath subwoofer cable. And this is going to Hexum, HEXUM 944. I'm guessing that's coming from YouTube.
Hexum 944. Congrats, man. SB2000 Pro.
So any questions you have, I'll be here to help with. But does anyone want to ask a question about this or anything else in this world?
We had a question from our virtual crowd. They asked, why is the center channel shaped like that and smaller than the towers, the front, left, and right?
Why is it shaped like that? Well, a center channel, that's a good question. I'm not sure about the shape part of it. But one thing a center channel needs to do, this is actually what's known as a three-way speaker, meaning it has a high-frequency driver. What's that called? Tweeter. A mid-range driver, and they're vertically oriented. I'm going to explain why that's so important. And then two bass drivers, because as Larry points out, it's a really important speaker, and you don't want to have a situation where there's a tank in your movie starting over there. It starts out as a tank, now it sounds like a little motorboat, and now it goes back over here and it sounds like a tank.
That would be a cool
Everything
weapon, though.
needs to
You know,
be,
if you could go into war with a motorboat that turned into a tank.
in agreement. And that's why the speaker has these dual bass drivers. But why do we have these on top of each other? Everybody asks me this question. We've seen other center channels, I'm not going to name names, where all they have is a single driver here and two on either side. The problem with that is the only person who really benefits in that situation is you, because you're directly in front of the speaker, and the speaker, when it's oriented that way, will be in this direction. People off to the sides will not hear the accurate frequency response that you're hearing. That's because that type of orientation, I'm going to use an industry term. That type of orientation doesn't do well off axis. This speaker home theaters are designed to be experienced by lots of people in the same room, or at least more than one. And for that reason, doing it this way, with this vertical orientation, means that anyone, hopefully all of you guys experienced that already in the last demo, anyone anywhere in the room is going to have the same excellent experience because the off-axis response of the speaker is outstanding. Does that answer that question for that person?
Nailed it.
Okay. Is anyone in our group here who actually drove here, not like you people, who actually came here?
Somebody might live really far away.
So, should say. Does anyone here have any questions, or should we move to the next demo? You guys are tired of hearing me talk.
Let's do a demo.
I'm tired of hearing me talk, so you must be.
So I pulled an audible on the demos. So
Well, I want to move to music, don't you? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's do that. But what we want to do is kind of shift gears a little bit and talk about music. And while Larry's queuing up the demo, which is it's a home theater demo, but it's a music demo. While Larry's queuing up the demo, I get asked this question a lot. What speaker is better for music? What speaker is better for movies? Right? Have you heard this one? I think there's something with
VIP.
It has nothing to do with it. And then the other question I get asked is,
Leon just.
what kind of music are your speakers best at? Is it better for rock? Is it better for jazz? Is it better for classical? And there's a very simple answer to that. The answer is, it better be good for movies, and it better be good for music, and it better be good for all kinds of music, or else it's not an accurate speaker. For movies, it needs to be dynamic. It needs to have full frequency range. Dynamic means the distance between, or ratio between the loudest and the softest notes. Doesn't mean you have to play it loud, but the difference between the loudest and the softest notes needs to be very obvious. That works really well with exciting music and with movies. It also needs to be accurate and refined, which our speakers, and any good speaker should be, accurate and refined, so that it can play any kind of music. It can do both. You should be able to have your cake and eat it too. You shouldn't have to say, well, I want to listen to music, so I got this speaker, but it's not so great for movies, and vice versa. You don't want to.
We're ready.
Are we ready? Yep. So we're going to music, and we're going to talk. Nick is going to explain to you the SVS view of the modern audiophile after this.
Concisely.
All right, so this is very different from what we just played for you a while ago. This sequence is from the movie The Greatest Showman, and it's all about the center channel that we were just talking about, detail, emotion, and you'll get some music coming in from around you as well. And then we're going to hammer you with our final demo after that.
So the applause was for the owner of Electronics Expo who showed up.
This is
It was a
just
complete
another
surprise.
sideshow now. May I present the Swedish Nightingale, Miss Jenny Lind.
I'm trying to hold my breath, let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. We set off a dream, getting louder now. Can you hear the echoing? Take my hand, you shadows, start. All the shore, 1,000 spotlights, all stars are still in my time. Never be enough, never be enough. Time goes so little. These hands can hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough.
There are tissues around too for anybody that needs that
Very
right now.
emotional scene there. We get it.
I wanted to show you a different side of home theater, because it's not just about, if Larry were running all the demos, many people would die in these different but we try to do a combination.
But in a different way.
Right, yeah. We try to do a combination of both. We are going to blow you away with the last demo. I'm not even sure. You can surprise whatever you want to pick.
Oh, he just said I could play Ninja Turtles. Did you guys hear that?
Whatever you
Show
want.
hands.
Should we?
But we wanted to kind of show that, look, a great home theater should sound great with music as well. But we want to talk a little bit about enjoying music. Nick, can you help me with this?
I would love to.
All right. So we want to.
Sorry for the
One
camera.
of the things we've tried to do at
I'll get
SVS
it
is
fixed
open up this hobby to more people. And I think that's really important. But let's define kind of what this hobby, whatever you want to call it, avocation, has been traditionally before we blow that up. So we're talking about the modern audiophile. Let's talk about the old-fashioned audiophile now. So if I told you that this person is an audiophile, what immediately comes to your mind? Is this person male or female? Male. Boy, that was unanimous. Male, right? Okay. And is this male human? We're getting there. We're getting there.
You're building towards
We're
an
getting
end, yeah. He said pretentious.
But first, he said, you're telling me. Is this male human young and vibrant or kind of old? Like old. Okay, so this pretentious old, you said it, this pretentious old man, is this person scrounging a few pennies and getting a nice little system that's super affordable? Or are they spending insane amounts of money to support their hobby?
Yeah. And do they love when people come and play with their system and turn the knobs and hit the buttons and have all the different fun that you can have with the system?
Well, but then how do they experience their hobby? They're in a sound room with family, friends, neighbors, everyone hanging out, or are they sitting alone in the sweet spot in between the speakers and everyone else in the household resenting them?
You got some people online saying they're not pretentious. Just
And for the record, we're not denigrating the traditional audiophile by any means, because I love sitting in the sweet spot listening to music by myself. But what we're trying to do...
That's different. That's your relationship with your family.
Well, but that's the other thing. We want this definition to be a much broader sort of just angle for everyone to enjoy. I mean, when you talk about the modern audiophile, which is what we're doing, is there anyone here who plays video games? Is there anyone here who streams music? All right, so that's two of you who are X'd out by the traditional audiophile crowd. We are trying to create
streaming movies.
Streaming movies, shows? Exactly.
Who has Netflix? I'm sure nobody, right? So what if you wanted to experience Netflix in all its glory? Most Netflix that's being released right now is in full-on Dolby Atmos. Are you an audiophile if you want to enjoy Netflix in the full, to its full potential of sound? I say yeah. I'm sorry, but I say yes. I say that's an audiophile too, right?
Yeah, and we are really just trying to bring the amazing experiences we're having here tonight to broader audiences, because it's about the hobby too. It's not just about sitting down and listening. It's about the progression of building your system, and maybe it starts with a sound bar, maybe it turns into a 2-channel stereo, and then ultimately a home theater system. But that's part of the journey, part of the fun, and I think that's been lost because of the stereotypical definition of what an audiophile is. And that's one of the things we're really just trying to overcome here. And honestly, it's just sort of about making audio as cool as it used to be. And that's a bit of an upward challenge, but we love doing events like this because it exactly shows that there are people who are all about this.
But I mean, if you actually, and we've seen this now 3 shows in a row, this one being the 3rd one. I mean, look at this group. I mean, look around at yourselves. I mean, you guys are a wonderfully diverse group in terms of everything, in terms of age, in terms of probably your journey in life, in terms of all of it. And here you are at this event. So that's kudos to Electronics Expo for bringing different kinds of people here. And also that's our brand's mission, to not be exclusive, to not be elitist, but to bring more people to the joys of great sound.
So have fun with the journey, share your passion with people. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're really all about, because we live and breathe this stuff at home. I'm gonna go home and watch Mario Brothers with my kid, and I'm an audiophile in my home theater. So bring that passion to other people you meet. Let them know about the joys they can have, and this thing is just going to get even better.
So I do want to. I got a surprise guest that I didn't expect to see, so I want to bring him out. Leon, are you here? The owner of Electronics Expo told me he wasn't going to be here because he had some kind of international trip. And then I see him. This is one of my dearest friends and one of the people I admire most in our industry. So thank you very much for having us. Thanks for coming. Anything you want to say, Leon?
Of course I do. How's SVS? How is the demo? They're awesome, right? They're the number one. There's reason for you being number one, and they're great partners. We also have Marantz in here, and Samsung partners are here also.
And Kaleidescape.
And Kaleidescape
Although
as
he's
well.
hiding.
Yeah, I was supposed to come back tomorrow. I just came from trip and make a surprise.
He was winning an award. He was accepting an award. So
yeah.
We couldn't argue too much.
So, first of all, we want to thank you so much. Our success because of you guys. Without you guys, we've got nothing. And then,
how long have you been doing this, Leon?
That's going to show my age. Over 30 years. And we have a amazing partnership, and they doing everything right. Customer size, and also product that they come in the market is just by far the best.
But I told the story. You were one of our first dealers. You were one of the first ones who said, "Let's try this. Let's see."
I was the first believers.
Yeah, one of the first.
I knew they're gonna be there. I saw it more important.
That was more than 10 years ago, dude.
Yeah, and partnership. Yeah. I knew that Larry's gonna make this thing to the next level and next level. And to me, there's no second one by far. They're the number one.
Thanks, Leon.
Thank you so much again.
Let's give Leon a hand.
I think it's time.
So we're ready for the last demo.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So remember, we're going to do the last demo, and then there's a less over-the-top home theater in Carnegie Hall over there to my left, your right, and then all the way to the back, our take on the modern audiophile, our Prime Wireless Pro ecosystem, smart wireless powered speakers, smart wireless, I don't know if the integrated amp is there, smart wireless sound-based Pro integrated amp. And basically the concept of that system all the way to the back is it's a pair of powered speakers that sound amazing, and all you need, you don't need all that stuff that the traditional audiophile has, all you need is your phone, and you can enjoy a convincing immersive experience. So that's all the way in the back. Meantime, I'm going to stay here and answer anyone's questions, engage with you guys any way that you would like to. And then around 10 of 8, let's all regroup. We'll come tell you, don't worry, and do the drawing for all these amazing prizes. Okay, Larry, you ready to do the last demo?
So we want to make sure that you get a true Atmos experience. So we're going to play, I think, maybe our favorite Atmos demo right now. So you're going to get a little bit of everything from everywhere. This is from the movie Spider-Man Far From Home. And I think it's the best example of Atmos and why you need something capable up above you. So I'm just going to shut up and hit play, and you guys enjoy.
Walker.
What's wrong? It's back. He's here.
What?
Yep.
No, it's just another. Yuri!
Wow, Peter. Wow. You always had to die, but not you.
Stop hiding back!
I tried to help you walk away. Now you need to do this. You told me you were just a kid. You told me.
Peter, what's going on? I know this isn't real.
Do you know?
That's it! That's it!
I don't think you know what's on what. Look at yourself. In a sweatsuit. I created a stereo to give the world someone to believe in. I control the truth. Mysterio is the truth. If you were good enough, maybe Tony would still be alive.
Oh, you let the spoiler
Yeah,
go.
I was trying to
Big
let you do
spoiler.
So what do we think of that? Is that pretty cool? Yeah. Hearing Mysterio's voice come from the work. So if you're in a smaller environment, it's so much cooler too. But it's a great example of how you can really bring immersive audio into your home. And yes, this is an over-the-top system, and so that's why we're going to show you a much smaller version of this in the Carnegie Hall room. That'll be where I'm going to go in just a second. And then Ken, our director of sales, is going to take you back and do some two-channel stuff. And then, like Gary said, we'll collect back here in about, let's see, 40 minutes or so, I think. Yep. My watch is busted. And then we'll come back here in about 40, 45 minutes and do some giveaways. Is that cool? All right.
Thanks, everybody. I'll be
All
here.
right. Hey, Facebook crowd, thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Sorry we got started a little bit late, but hopefully y'all had fun. We're going to be back. Well, we haven't announced our next happy hour date, but a couple other events to announce. We're going to be doing M-Wave, which is in Kansas City. That will be in July. I believe it's the 9th through the 11th. So if you are in that Kansas City area and you want to come out, I know Youth Man from YouTube is putting it together. We're going to be there with a nice big system. So come check us out there. We'll be doing a happy hour with giveaways, of course. But again, thank you everyone for tuning in this evening. We had a lot of fun. Now it's time to go get loud. And I'm going to eat some of that good Middle Eastern food. So peace out, everyone. Happy listening.